Hi everybody, it's Oliver Brown coming to you from Whitley Bay, North Tyneside by the sea. I haven't posted on my channel for a long time, been very busy. Yeah, there we go. So the main reason I'm posting today is because I've been playing around with a new technique which I've called a pickslap, which probably, I mean, there may be countless thousands of you already doing this out there. But I wanted to share this because I thought it was kind of interesting. I've always had I kind of enjoy slap bass, but I've never found a way of doing it that sounds really like good for me. And I've always admired people like Victor Wooten, who can do all that crazy double thumb, triple, quadruple fingers. I don't quite know what he's doing there. I've seen some videos where he's kind of doing up and down and back and forward with the fingers, and I don't seem to be able to do any of it. Also, Square Pusher, another person who really fantastic use of the double thumb, and his sound I just find really intriguing. I want to kind of get under the bonnet and know what he's doing there. But this is kind of like an approximation of some bits and bobs like that I've kind of come up with. And it doesn't sound anywhere near as good as those two, but I think it's quite interesting nonetheless. So ordinarily, slap would be done, or most people would slap the bass close to the neck here, where the strings are a little bit more, there's a bit more give there than there is, say, at the bridge. So they're very taut at the bridge. But here, a little bit more slack, and you would slap with your thumb like that, and you would pop by plucking with that finger there. Some people pluck with those fingers, and don't know if anyone plucks with the little finger. That'd be an interesting one. It is possible. So slap, pop, slap, pop. Cool. So what I've found is try to use the double thumb a bit. So that's where you go down and up with the thumb like this, a bit like you do with a plectrum. Throw in a few mutes, a few ghost notes, it sounds kind of interesting. This kind of thing Square Pusher does, but with more musical interest than that. What I found though is that I quite like the sound of it when you take it closer to the bridge. So here we've got the same action, but done at the bridge. And still slightly percussive. And actually, I've only got this pickup turned on at the moment, so it probably will sound slightly more percussive. But because you can't get quite as much purchase as you can on the string here, you get like more of a kind of percussive sound there, more of a pop. But this, I think, is more of a consistent tone for me, and I kind of prefer it. It's kind of softer, and it sounds somewhere between a slap and a pick, hence why I've called it a pick slap. One of the major advantages of this is that you can, I found, may not be the case for everybody, that you can achieve more speed doing this. I don't quite understand the physics of it, but because the string is more taut here, I find the resistance to be slightly less, so it's easier to kind of get a consistent up and down on the strings. Okay, so one example might be, that's just an example of a riff that I made up, but I can speed it up quite fast. Yeah, so using the thumb up and down and throwing in a few mutes and little ghost notes, you can create kind of like an interesting sound. You can incorporate the pop into it with the finger on your right hand. And here's an example of a riff that you could maybe incorporate the pop in. Can speed that up because we can get good speed with this. So there we go. That's the pick slap. And you don't have to use the pop. You can invent things that just use the thumb. And luckily, because you can get I find you can get a more consistent tone down here, going up and down. Doesn't really matter whether you use the pop or not, because you get a consistent sort of thing going on there. So there we go. Let me know in the comments if you've had a go at it, and whether you are successful with it, and whether it's been useful. Yeah, it's been fun to share this little nugget with you, and I'll see you again soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye.